Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you guys have had a lovely weekend. Big up to every single one of you guys that are here already. We have got a preview to do. Football, man. Football is on. You know, ever since the Queen, God rest her soul, has died, there's been games being called off, and we have slightly been suffering. Well, I've been suffering, especially over the weekend, not being able to watch games, etc., etc. But yeah, man, it's good to know that we've actually got a game to look forward to on this Wednesday, and we're going to be discussing that. We're going to be going through that. We're actually going to open up the lines for that game. We're going to open up the lines for that game, and we're going to bring in 4 people roughly to go through the FIFA squad builder as well. So make sure that you stay tuned for that as well. We're going to talk a bit about Graham Potter and obviously him being sort of released at Chelsea. So we'll be talking about his first days, his interviews, his comments and stuff like that. We've got some early news for you as well in regards to Edouard Mendy as well and going into tomorrow's game. And what else have we got? We've got some other bits actually. We've got we've got obviously the Liverpool game, which is postponed, which we're going to get to as well. But I need you guys to be smashing the like button, guys. Let's get these likes up. Over 100 likes on both channels if we can, please. And subscribe to both Chelsea Fan TV and GNA TV as well. But before we move forward, let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are having good days. And yeah, it's a weird one here at the moment. It's kind of like cloudy but muggy at the same time. But yeah, you know, it's I'm all good. I'm all good. A little bit bored over the weekend. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, the football was off, so I was tired to watching the Formula One. So watching the Formula One, that's something I do like. Formula One, which is like my second favorite sport, obviously Chelsea and football being the first. But yeah, how are you guys doing in the chat? Big up to every single one of you. There's over 100 of you guys here combined already. Let's say hello to every single one of you guys. Remember, like I said later on in the show, guys, I am going to open up the lines and we're going to give 4 people the opportunity to come on and go through the squad builder, who we think Thomas Tuchel, who we think Graham Potter is going to use to utilize the team up against Salzburg tomorrow as well at the Bridge, which has been confirmed that it will be going ahead as well. But let's see what people say in the chat. What's the new chant, lads? Well, we haven't got one yet. Chelsea databases can't wait to see Potter's potheads play. Potheads. Sirs, big up to you. Melon, Lawrence, nice to see you. Dinishan, nice to see you. Shaq, nice to see you. To Salzburg to see if we can have the fight to come back. Well, we need a response. We need to see a better performance from them. You know, I do kind of expect a manager bounce back. There's always a case of having manager bounce backs from players. So it's going to be interesting to see how they perform. Big up to M3. Nice to see you. Miles, nice to see you, mate. Bailey, hello. Liam Lane in the house. Nice to see you, bro. Lee Bell in the house. Says he's doing good. Big up to Lee Bell, man. Nice to see you in the house. Steve is here as well. He says, I'm a Rangers fan and Chelsea my favourite English team. It's the blue, mate. It's the blue. You know, the Rangers blue and the Chelsea blue are near enough sort of the same, aren't they? They're kind of close, you know. Steve also says, I did watch La Liga at the weekend and Serie A, but not as good as watching Premier League. Nah, it doesn't feel, does it? It doesn't feel the same. Matt says, I'm slightly worried if Potter has the pull power for signings. Well, these are things that we can't really worry about at the moment as Chelsea fans, because unfortunately, ultimately, we're going to have to give him a chance to show us what he can do, who he can attract, the idea, what they're trying to do. And I don't think it's always like the manager profile specifically, even though I think managers do have pulls, and when you look at Mourinho's and whatever. But I also think it's about a vision. It's the vision and it's the understanding of where a club's going, where they want to be, what they want to do, how important the individual that it is that they're trying to bring in, how they can utilize him into the team. So there's a lot of things that you know, that a player has to think about before making a decision. It ain't specifically just looking at the manager and going, nah, I don't want to play for him. Who is he? You know, predicting the lineup today. We'll be doing that a bit later on. Gilbert says hello from Kenya. Big up to you, mate. Nice to see you. Byron's in the house. He says Potter will get his team rocking again. I think with Potter way of football and Chelsea Bank, a Prem title may not be that far. He's very confident. Do you Chelsea viewers feel the same? Do you feel the same as Byron feels about this, about Chelsea under Graham Potter? Matthew, nice to see you, bro. Nice to see you. Mark, big up to you as well. Hope you are well. Kyle, nice to see you. I'm just hoping Liverpool get smashed tonight, so the spotlight isn't on us tomorrow. Yeah, Liverpool ain't in the greatest of forms at the moment themselves, but we can't be worrying about other teams. We need to be focusing on ourselves and our own performances, and our own performances just haven't been up to standard yet. Potter did good at Brighton. It's lost for them. I have trust in Chelsea. Having trust in him at Chelsea is that he does good. But the pressure's going to be on, isn't it? The pressure's going to be on to see what he can provide, what he can do, what is his initial plans for this squad. His vision is going to probably need time, which means that the owners are going to have to give him time. They've given him a 5-year contract, which tells me, hopingly, that they're going to give him a chance. Because they've already come out and said that they are, allowing him kind of a free hit this season by saying that he hasn't got to qualify for Champions League football, which again I feel is a bit, we shouldn't have them standards. I think our standards should be that we still need to qualify, especially with the squad that we have. Obviously teams around us have got better, but I still expect Chelsea under Potter to be progressing, to be moving forward, to be fighting for top four. Hope Potter stops playing Havertz out of position. Well, that's an interesting one. We'll have to see on that one. I liked watching Football Terrace. Terry Fruler's on here, and Lewis Benevetti's channel, and Carefree Lewis. Big up to all of them as well. Big up to all of them. Jacob says hello from Columbus. Nice to see you. Lee says, I miss Tuchel and I'm looking forward to seeing Graham Potter's tactics. So am I. Things in life change, and some in football. Roma completed the set and was sanctioned, and that to last all final hopes. We don't turn into Dodgers. 800 million spent and 8 years, 1 trophy. Yeah, there's always that worry. But again, these are things that we can't be worrying about. These are things that we're in the unknown. We're not aware of. We have to give time to, guys. We have to give time to and back him at the end of the day. We're not all happy with the way Thomas Tuchel got sacked, and I'm one of them. But at the same time, it's not Graham Potter's fault. It's not Graham Potter's fault that happened. Who is that? Is that Kante? Who is that next to him? No, someone just said. I was just looking at a picture that someone sent. I can see Fofana or Aubameyang. Is that Zakaria? I don't know who that is. Oh, how do I not know who that is? My eyes that bad? I'm going to ask you guys, who is that on the right of the picture? Who is that on the right of the picture? That's Koulibaly, isn't it? Is that Koulibaly? Has he had a shave or something? Has he shaved his beard off and his hair? Because I know Fofana and Aubameyang's there, but I couldn't work out who that was next to him. I thought it was Kante originally. That's Koulibaly, isn't it? That is Koulibaly. That is Koulibaly. Big up to CFC Pace Lord as well. Over 200 of you guys here already. And big up to every single one of you guys as well. Yeah, it's Koulibaly. Yeah, my eyes were going funny. I was staring at it like that. I was like, who is that? Who is that? They're right there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, all right, fair enough. I thought it was Lukaku. I did. I actually did. My eyes are deceiving me. I've got a fan hit me in the face. It might not be helping, actually. I generally thought that was Lukaku for a second. I was like, is he back? Nah. What is that? But no, it's not. It's not, guys. You can relax. It ain't Lukaku. It is Koulibaly. I thought Koulibaly was taller. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was lost, because standing next to Aubameyang, I thought he was massive. I thought he would have been a lot bigger. But Louis says Lukaku back soon. Oh no. Can you imagine? Maybe Potter sees him as a player that he feels he can fit in his team. I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens at a later stage. So let's get into things, because we have got a game to obviously preview as well. Make sure that we're smashing the likes. So guys, let's get this over 100 likes on both channels, please, as quickly as possible. Hit the thumbs. Obviously, hit the thumbs and subscribe to both the channels as well. Just a quick little bit of news, which you're already aware of. And I was meant to be going to this game. Chelsea-Liverpool postponed. Chelsea-Liverpool postponed. The game will not go ahead, which is slightly frustrating, not going to lie. A little bit annoyed, because I've not been able to get myself down to the bridge this season, and that would have been my first and I was going to go Salzburg, but didn't end up doing it. And now I wish I did. Now that I know they did that, so yeah, no game against Liverpool. That will be announced with a different date at a later stage as well. So we'll keep an eye out for that as well, guys. So no Liverpool Chelsea. A little bit of early breaking news for you guys in terms of the game tomorrow as well. And from CFC Pies, who's quoting Adam Newson as well, who says that Edouard Mendy is struggling with an injury and is expected to be out of tomorrow's game. That means Kepa is back. Kepa will be in the goal tomorrow. Kepa will be in the goal tomorrow, guys. Are you happy? Yeah, you probably do good under Potter because Potter likes a confident goalie that can play out from the back. Maybe Potter, which again, like most players, which we've got to wait and see, will give Kepa the chance to get back in this team. Maybe Potter will give Kepa the chance to get back in this team, man. Who knows? Who knows? Over 250 of you guys here. Big up to every single one of you guys that are already here 11 minutes in. Make sure that you're smashing that like button, guys. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV, as we're on the road to trying to close the gap on Chelsea Fan TV to 200k. And we can't do that without your help. So please share this on your socials. Let people know that we're alive as well. And please subscribe. Kepa sexual top comment. Oh no, yeah, he's here. If you say Kepa too loud, and he turns up. He turns up. Do you know what I mean? Like, it makes me sick in my mouth. The fact that Kepa could be given the opportunity. Kepa could be given the opportunity to play constantly through this team. Maybe he can revitalise him. Maybe Matt will get to see Kepa in goal again. He will be a very happy man in doing so. But there you go. There's the news. Edouard Mendy is struggling with an injury and is expected to be out tomorrow. So Kepa will probably step in, guys. Probably step in. Now, I want to go into the Graham Potter being announced at Chelsea. We was waiting for pictures, videos, comments, what he's got to say. And he is here. He is here. Man like Potter. And he did have his, and we're going to look at this actually.
It's difficult for me. I'm only a head coach, you know.
Let me mute myself though, because you remember last time everyone was going, we can't hear it.
Can't multitask, you know, guys. Like speak and take a picture. That's difficult for me. I'm only a head coach, you know. It's the start of a really exciting period, I think. New ownership, who I was really excited with and impressed by. Firstly, as people, and then the vision for the club and what they wanted to do. Of course, the history of the club speaks for itself, but it's about trying to create that again in our own way. My career, I suppose, has gone forward, and I had a great time in Sweden and come back to the UK and had fantastic experiences. And it's just nice to be able to take the next step and to be able to work with an exciting group of players that we have here and compete at the top, you know, try and create a winning team. And that's a fantastic opportunity for me. It's an amazing history, fantastic tradition, historic football club. I mean, grown up with the fantastic teams of Chelsea of the modern era. So it's you don't have to walk around the place here and you see the pictures, you see the trophies, you see the names. It's incredible, and it's a huge honour, like I said, for me to be part of that now. It's about creating a team that competes, that has respect for each other, that is honest, that works together. So it's a combination of, I would say, football and human values that we try to work with. I think you have to understand that they're human beings first, and the key thing is to try to understand them, understand what motivates them, and understand what they're like as people, and then to try to, from that, try to come to some common ground, to try to build relationships, to try to communicate effectively on a daily basis, and build respect, build trust, build honesty. And so my starting point was always be the person first. I had a football career that I was very fortunate to have, that gave me loads of opportunities, loads of experiences. And then my education after retiring, I suppose, gave me a chance to put that into some theory, you know, to put some context to the experiences. Challenges abroad meant that I could widen my thoughts on myself, on life, on football, which was a fantastic experience for me. So all those challenges, all those experiences, I think shape you as a human being. They make you grow, they make you develop. I always think that in order to get better, you have to take a little step outside of what's comfortable. And our job as coaches is to provide the players that opportunity to do that. Everybody wants to improve, everybody wants to compete, everybody wants to be part of something. And I think our job is to try and create that environment where that's possible. I had a young family and they gave up a lot to come over, and it wasn't exactly Barcelona or Monte Carlo. It was Östersund up in the north part of Sweden, but I think that's what life is about. Life's about taking risks. It's about doing something that's a bit outside of what you're comfortable with, because then it allows you to grow and develop. And I'm forever grateful and thankful for that experience I had. It made me a better person, made me a better coach, and it's made me who I am today. So it was an incredibly powerful experience and one I'm so grateful for. When we took over at Brighton, the team had just finished fourth from bottom, I think. Played a certain style that Chris had done a fantastic job keeping them in the Premier League. And the remit was to bring the age of the squad down, was to change the playing style and to align the recruitment together with winning football matches in the Premier League. And everybody will know that it's the toughest league in the world. It's if you want to talk about how you can keep your message going forward, if you want to talk about how to convince people that you're on the right path, it's winning. And when you're sort of down the bottom or you're fighting for that position and you're trying to develop the club, that's the challenge, I think. So we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot in the Premier League. You learn a lot about what you can deal with, about the ups and downs of it, about how you have to take responsibility all the time when things aren't going well. But I think we can use the experiences in a really good way, and we're a lot stronger and a lot better for them. Surreal, hectic, a whirlwind, exciting, amazing. A little bit of sadness, of course, because you're leaving some good people, but very, very happy and excited to meet some new people. So, whole range of emotions, but overall, I would have to say, really, really happy and very proud. It's one of those places that fills you with incredible excitement when you come as an away team. The crowd are always very, very passionate. They're always getting behind the home side. It's a really, really tough place to play. So I'm looking forward to being on the other end of that and getting that support with the team, because it's amazing. The atmosphere is fantastic, and it's something I'm really looking forward to.
How's the new office feel?
Very nice, yeah, very nice. Very nice view. That's the main thing. See the grass, and yeah, just getting my bearings. To be honest, the whole place is one of those things you just have to get your head around, and it'll get better as we're here longer.
Well, there you go, guys. There was the 5-minute preview or interview of Graham Potter at Chelsea, and Shaq brought up a good comment here about how he sort of put himself forward, and he says he's being realistic with the opportunity he has got. With us, he needs time, from what he is trying to suggest, maybe, Jem. And you're right. And from what I got from what he was saying is that, and I think where he's going to be very different to any other manager that we've had specifically at Chelsea, especially throughout the last 20 years or so, is that he really does want to tune in with players. I feel like he's going to want to manage them well. He's going to want to, if there's an issue, erase that issue quickly, or work with them, or understand it. The communication between him and the players is something that I think he will try to strengthen and keep on side, because obviously the better, and I get what he's saying in terms of morality and having the players on side and they're more happy or understanding their roles, their positions, even if they're not playing, and just the understanding, I think, is very important. And if you can pull them aside and not have, a group of players that are annoyed for countless reasons, like we've seen in the past with player power, which has ultimately got managers sacked. If he can do that, then he's got a good chance. But the vision that he wants and he wants to go down in, I think he needs to have time, and I think we have to give him time as fans. And the owners obviously have to give him the time because they're the ones that make the decision ultimately. But we know how reactionary our fan base can be, and there may be moments in his career at Chelsea where things ain't looking good. Maybe players aren't playing to the levels that they need to. Maybe that consistency is just not there. And I stress about the consistency and trusting certain players in this team. I don't trust certain players in this team because of what they've shown me under Tuchel, under Lampard. They've not really shown us that they can stay consistent. Certain individuals have, but others not so much. And he's going to demand a lot. He's going to demand a lot from these players. Energetic energy, movement, working hard. He's going to really want a lot. And it kind of entangles into what Tuchel tried to do in terms of the high energy levels and pressing. Obviously, he's going to do it in a different way completely. But it's just playing to the high levels, the high standards to be consistent in the Premier League. And when you look at the current crop of players that he has to his disposal at the moment, are these players able to do that? I think the question marks are still there. It's easy to point at the manager and say, well, he's not playing a system that ain't working. But as I've said for so long with this crop of players that we have, with certain players that I feel hinder the formation, is that you're not going to be able to show the Vans your full vision if you've got weaknesses within your squad, if personnel aren't pulling their weight, if individuals can't be consistent because they just can't. They're not able to stay consistent in their performances. That becomes a hinder. That unbalances the squad. That makes us look not as good, or makes him look in what he's trying to do not great. So longevity needs to be given to him. He has to get winning though. He has to get him playing. Has to get it working quickly. But longevity is something that I think the owners with the 5-year contracts are looking to do. And us as fans have to maybe pull to it, because we haven't seen it. Under any manager, have we seen a manager being given this time to do what he wants to do? In many ways, if he is going to get sacked, let him die on his own sword with his own players. Doing that. If it does get to that situation. But, we have to give it time. Time equally is important. Big up to Nippon as well. Chelsea Rangers in the house as well. Nearly over 400 of you guys here combined. Big up to every single one of you guys that are here for this afternoon show. But we need you to smash the like buttons as always, guys. Please make sure that we're smashing both the likes on GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV. Let's get us over 100 likes as quickly as possible if we can. Please, that will be a massive support. And please subscribe as well. Matty says, for me, Jem, our captain let Tuchel down. I hope it's not the same with Potter. Our captain, who Aspilicueta? Silva? Jorginho? Who are you talking about? We need to be prepared for an inconsistent run of results and not be reactionary. Exactly, Kashal. If the players don't want to play for the team, then they should leave. But then I agree with that, Lee. But at the same time, it goes to say that we still have players here that go back to Sarri. Back to the Sarri days that shouldn't be here, right? Big up to Bailey. Nice to see you. Nice to see you as well. And equally, he needs to be given that time. We need to get into a mindset of giving him time, providing that the vision is progressive. Even if we lose games or we go through moments where we're not winning, we have to, as a fan base, allow it. Because we're never ever going to know, or, we're always going to find ourselves in the same positions of sacking managers or not knowing, because we want short-term success. And I think our mindset has to change from that. We can't be that narrow-minded anymore. And in theory, when you look at how Chelsea have been successful in doing that, yes, we have 20+ trophies won since 2000. But the argument still sets to me that we haven't been consistent in how many trophies we've won. So, yeah, it's brought short-term success. and we've been consistent with it to a degree in terms of the trophies we've won, the numbers. But when you look at the Premier League, for example, we should have been a lot more successful in the league than what we are. And I think some of us can agree with that as a fan base. We should be doing, we should be winning back-to-backs. We shouldn't be dropping as much as we have been dropping. And why? Because we make decisions to sack managers. Because we keep switching managers, and we keep keeping squads that go back 2-3 managers ago, and rely on the next manager who comes in to get it to work rather than give them time. And it's worked for us. That's how we've become successful. Don't knock it. But we could have been more. We could have won more. Let's be serious. We should have won more as well. Big up to no one. He says Potter can be great ever, but hand on heart, can you see him lifting Champions League or Premier League, or is he our David Moyes? So this goes two ways for me. You can look at the Sir Alex Ferguson. I'm not saying he's Sir Alex Ferguson when I say this, but you can look at the Sir Alex Ferguson thing as an example and say, well, he came to Man United, struggled really hard at the beginning to get where he wanted. They stuck with him, Man United, and then ended up becoming one of the best manager in the Premier League in terms of his history and what he's won. Or it goes the other way, like you said, and David Moyes, for example, and you bring a manager in that's just not ready for this step, and it is a big step, and he will be challenged. This won't be easy for him. He's going to have moments. Of course he is, because there's not an expectation. He doesn't come with anything. There's no history behind him. When you look at him, it's just a manager that we're all in the dark about, because we don't know what we're going to get. Is it going to be, I don't say a Fergie type success, but a successful type of success where we're loyal to him and he makes us into a machine and we start winning? Or are we going to give him 2-3 seasons, struggle to get Champions League football, buy players that he wants, but still not progress? Because that could happen. Any of these two things can happen. But at the end of the day, we ain't going to know until we give him time. It's not something we can answer now. These are not answers we can give straight away. Big up to Mabas. Nice to see you. Kazim's in the house as well. Nice to see you, bro. You are everywhere, Matt, is what Chelsea OG is saying as well. There's over 450 of you guys here. Big up to every single one of you guys, as always. Thank you for all being here. But make sure that we're smashing the likes, guys, on Chelsea Fan TV. Sorry, on GNA TV. We've got over 160 of you guys here. But we've only got 46 likes. Come on, guys. Do I really have to ask you to smash the likes? Please smash the likes for GNA TV. Get this up to 100 likes as quickly as possible. Chelsea Fan TV, nearly 300 of you guys here, but only 77 likes. So let's try and get these likes up as well. Let's get this over 100 likes on both channels as quickly as possible. Please hit the thumb and please subscribe to the channel as well. We've been used to promote another Moyes. The English still looking for another Ferguson. They are tired. Okay, I kind of don't get what you're saying there, to be honest, Raphael. Do you think Potter gets underlooked because maybe he's not the flashy for a manager in terms of aesthetics, and he looks more like an average guy and his English? Well, it's weird because other than Frank Lampard, we've not really got in English managers, and the one thing we have done is brought in a manager that's already been in the Premier League, he's played, managed Brighton to a level where he's got their highest position ever in the Premier League. Is he underlooked? I think he can be. I think he will be and should be when you compare him to Pep and Klopp and others. Of course he's going to be underlooked. Doesn't mean he can't become something. He is literally, it's down to him. And it's down to the vision that he has with the squad and for them to buy at it. If they buy at it, and he brings in players that complement his vision and we give him time, which is the big thing, he can make himself into whatever he wants in the next couple of years. But he needs time. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm not expecting us to win a Premier League now or a Champions League, to be honest. But, we know how Chelsea roll. Do you think the mentality of the players with previous managers at Chelsea has affected the consistency with trophies? Players win with managers, and then next season they have arguments. I think there's definitely a mentality issue of our players, 100%. I think player power has always been a problem. I also think that when you look at the the board that we had under Roman Abramovich, we also had a board that have an ever-going oncurring rift of giving a manager everything at the beginning, winning things, and then asking them to do it again, but with the same squad, and not improving that, and not giving them, like I said, giving them more players to enhance that system, to make it stronger, to make them, give them options, you know. And I think that the managers have been let down by the boards. I think managers have been let down by the players. I think managers have also been let down by how naive they have been as well at Chelsea. You know, it's a bit of everything for me. You know, but it has affected maybe our consistency, and where the consistency's been affected, I'm all right. We've won back-to-back trophies, fair enough, into the Mourinho eras. I get that, but we should be kicking on. You know, when we do that, we should be getting better. You see how Man City's whole ethos in the way that they're set up. You know, they win, and they win, and they just keep going, and they keep improving, they keep adding. And if Pep says, I need a player to give me more options, or who I feel can make us even better, add him. Haaland, look at them. You know, they add to the vision. Do you know what I mean? It's adding to it. They support it. They understand it. The players understand it. The board understand it. That's what we want. Chelsea Oji says, our Savić policy is so funny and predictable. Looking at the past, we should win a trophy this season. It wouldn't surprise me with Chelsea. Honestly, it generally wouldn't surprise me with Chelsea. But big up for the donation as always, bro. Thank you very much. Potter will be jobless in 12 to 18 months, Gem, and win nothing. Matty, with all of the confidence as he always has about Chelsea in the chat as well. Right. So what was I doing here anyway? So yeah, so I was actually going to quickly... Where's he gone? What is this? I did not want to go this far. What is this? Oh, I've gone the wrong way. I wanted to go to... That's it. Yeah, that's better. And then he's also got a message from you for you guys as well.
Meeting you all, really looking forward to getting to work with the players. To all Chelsea fans, it's a huge honour. Incredibly proud, incredibly excited to be here. Really looking forward to meeting you all. Really looking forward to getting to work with the players, to riding a team that is competing and winning, and something that you're really, really proud of. To all Chelsea fans, it's a huge honour. Incredibly.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm muted, didn't I? What I was saying is it's about creating a team that competes, that has respect for each other, that is honest and works together. But when you look at him and what he's trying to do, obviously what I was saying just now before I was on mute was that he believes in morale. He believes by having players on the side and working for each other and working for him brings the best out of his system. So he's got a degree in it. He's got a degree in it, which is interesting. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how it works, because at Chelsea we have some challenging personalities, people that do like to sulk, people that will disrupt the system and the players around if they're not getting game time, if they're not playing well. He's going to have a job in his hands when it comes to it. But if he can pull them all aside, if he can work closely with them, value them all as the same, keep them hungry, keep them competitive, and they understand what his idea is in terms of roles, then he could become successful. Of course he could. Got another one here for you guys.
Good morning. Thank you. Yeah, good, thanks.
Last couple of fellas just saying.
Yes. That's one. What else?
Oh!
Three.
Good.
That's one.
Three. Four.
That's one.
There you go. First picture, first images of him in training. Right there, guys. Right there. Down to it. Pictures of Aubameyang working hard. And yeah, look, it's going to be interesting to see. And we're going to get to what is next, which is obviously this Potter's first game at the Bridge is against Salzburg at home. And we're going to get into that next. That's the next part of the show. And then we're going to open up the lines because I will need 4 people. And I said this at the beginning of the show. I want 4 people to come in and go through the FIFA squad build with me. So I'll put the link in the chat. And whoever clicks it, the first 4 people, I'll add them in. And then we'll go. I can't have everyone in, unfortunately, because we'll end up sitting here for hours. And unfortunately, we haven't got that, guys, today. Unfortunately, we haven't got that today. So, yeah, here we go. So, yeah, big game tomorrow. You know, where are Chelsea currently in the league at the moment as well? Well, you know, 1 game in. It's a must win. I see someone say that as well. This is where we stand in terms of the table. Obviously, Chelsea are rock bottom with the loss. Salzburg drew with Milan 1-1. So only 1 point ahead of Chelsea. So, you know, look, losing the first game's not the end of the world. It never is in the Champions League. We've lost first games in the past. I think we lost our first game last season as well. But let's not underestimate Salzburg. This Salzburg team are decent. I've watched them. They are not a bad team. They will give Chelsea problems. We're going to have to be on our game. Yeah, we've lost to Dino Zagreb. I don't see us doing that again at home. I really don't. They are not good. We were just really bad. We can take that on the chin. But, yeah, you know, we can still finish top, guys. Let's not panic about it. Do you know what I mean? In terms of Chelsea and like the history between the two, it says a new opposition. Chelsea have never met Salzburg before in the European competition, although we played them in a pre-season friendly in 2019 when Jesse March was in charge of them. They will be the 199th different side we have met in all competitions, and the 3rd from Austria. 199 different sides. Chelsea have only lost 1. Valencia, that was Valencia 1920, of our past 20 Champions League group games at the Bridge, winning 13. We were unbeaten in our last 8 games at the Bridge, 5 wins and 3 draws at the Bridge in the Champions League. Our defeat in Zagreb was only our 2nd in our last 18 group stage matches in the Champions League, 11 wins and 5 draws. We lost 2 games, guys, in 18 group stage games. Chelsea kept a clean sheet in both of our previous 2 home games against Austrian opponents in Europe, between Vienna Sport Club 2-0 in December 1965 and drawing 0-0 with Austria Vienna in the Cup Winners' Cup back in 1994 as well. Aubameyang could become the oldest to score in his first home Champions League appearance for Chelsea. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang could be the oldest, really? He would be 33 years and 88 days, with the current oldest being Michael Ballack. In September 2006, he was 29. He was 29, Ballack, who scored against Werder Bremen. That don't make sense. For sure, we've had people older. Oh, in his first home game, right? Okay, so in their first home game, he could score. All right. Graham Potter will be the 8th English manager to take charge of a side in the Champions League, with only Craig Shakespeare and Michael Carrick winning their first ever match in the competition among those previous 7 English managers. If selected, Kai Havertz will make his 100th appearance, guys, in all competition. Kai Havertz has played 100 games already for Chelsea. 100 games already for Chelsea, man. I hope he gets the best out of Kai. I really do. 5 seasons. This is Salzburg's 5th appearance in the Champions League and their 4th in a row. The others was in 94-95. 6 meetings. Salzburg have never beaten an English side in European competition in 6 attempts. 1 draw, 5 defeats, and have all lost to all 3 in England as well. So they've lost all 3 in England. So Potter's past. It says Bernardo played 39 Premier League games for Brighton between 18 and 21, including some under Graham Potter. He was first half sub against AC Milan. So as a player that Graham Potter used at Brighton, that's now at Salzburg as well. Yeah, there we go. Not much really, because there ain't much history. We've only played them once. I think it was. Once is the history that we've actually ever played them before. But yeah, well, was it? But he didn't score in his first game. That was the difference. He didn't score in his first game. 100 games that we don't know what his best position is yet. Oh, leave it out, guys. Come on. Come on. Big up to Bobby in the house as well. Zola was the oldest to score in the first Champions League home game. That was against Barcelona in the 90s. That was the free kick. But that wasn't his first game. That wasn't his first game for Chelsea in the Champions League, was it? If I'm right in saying, Bobby. I remember that game as well. I actually remember that game. That's how old I am. If Ziyech and Pulisic don't perform... 1 second, guys. I'm back. Sorry, when you're home alone, that's what happens, mate. That's what happens. I didn't have anything meant to be coming, but as usual, the misses, isn't it? Women all ordering too much, mate. Women ordering too much. Right, let's get into the FIFA squad builder. Now I'm going to give 4 people the opportunity to come in and decide what formation we're going to play and how they think Graham Potter is going to set up. Right, I'm going to put the link in the chat now. Let me read it again. If Zia can put it don't perform under Potter, then they can leave. If not for sale, then send them to the reserves until the end of their contracts. If they don't pull to it, yeah, why not? You know, I agree. Maybe we should do that. You know, a lot of players are going to be on watch, mate. A lot of players are definitely going to be on the watch. So there's the link. 4 people want to come in, talk about lineup. Please click that link. Did you read the comment with no super chat? Yeah, of course I do, mate. Of course I do. Of course I do. We got Matt. We got AJ. AJ with no camera, though. We need 2 more people.
Give me 2 seconds.
Who else we got? Is there anyone else? Anyone else going to join us before I go ahead and remove the link? CFCOG is number 3. So who's going to be the last person to join us? Should we have a guess? Who we going with? Who we going with? Is it going to be declared? Well, it's Chelsea database. Perfect. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. So let me just quickly. This. All right, cool. All right, guys, how you doing? How are things?
Yeah, big up, Jem. Big up all.
Are you happy football's back on, guys? Yeah, we've got a game. You know?
Yeah, but our next game, our teams are playing, so it's a bit unfair.
Yeah, it's pretty dead game to be fair. Salzburg.
Yeah, Liverpool cancelled. Fulham at 9:30 p.m. for me got cancelled. Now it's 5 a.m. tomorrow. I can't even bother for that shit, man. But first Potter game, that's the only exciting thing we're looking forward to. And of course, a number 1 keeper back in goals. Always got to look forward to having that again.
All right, so I've got 5 because Jay's here as well. And please, I can't take off the Chelsea Fan TV link. So if he's coming back, I can't get any more. Because if I do, I'm going to be here for hours. If we have like 8 people here trying to talk about who's going to play where, it's gonna take a bit long, guys. So please stop if you can. Stop coming in. Yeah, we've got the guys here as well. Over 500 of you guys here as well. Big up to every single one of you. Right, guys. Graham Potter's first game at Chelsea is against Salzburg. It's a bit of a while. It's a bit like the way we know when Tuchel first come to Chelsea. And it was like, what is he going to do with his team? How's he? You know, you just do not have a clue. So I'm going to ask you guys this. How is he going to set up in terms of formation? Is he going to stick to a 3-4-3? Or do you think we're going to see a 4?
I think he'll go to what he knows. So what Tuchel's used. I think he'll go with experience. So I think he'll go thread the back, just like what Tuchel's done with experienced players, with players that he knows the most, with players that he, I think, prefers the most as well, just to get some experimenting. Because, yeah, obviously the Wolves game where Tuchel came in, you know, I think we played a 4 at the back then, if I'm not mistaken. I was looking at it the other day, and then we did play 4, and that was a 0-0. So, you know, he's going to go with what's been used, just to have a kind of minor experiment for it.
Fair enough. Everyone, just quickly, just to round out, does everyone agree that it's going to be a 3? Or do you think it's going to
Yeah,
be?
I think it's gonna be like a 3-5-2.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
something like that.
3-4-3.
Okay, cool. Okay, right. So let's talk about the goalie because Mendy's supposedly injured. So I'm just going to throw. We're just going to throw Matt's
Here we
love.
go.
Yeah.
Now, what about Bettinelli?
Me and Moore's
Bettinelli.
back. Okay. Don't say
Unite.
that ballerina Bettinelli out here, guys. Kepa's coming in clean sheet, and I'm telling you, Potter's. I said
Clean
Potter's going to get the
sheet.
best. Potter's going to get the best out of Kepa than him with Mendy. Go watch Matt Ryan, the Australian legend, and mirrors Kepa's performances the way he plays on the field.
Yeah, but
We'll
the
see.
problem is Kepa can't save, so that's my problem at the moment. So we need
I
to
think
find
he
a
can
goalie
save. I
that
think he
can
can
save
save.
the
Well, no,
ball.
exactly.
apparently he can save long shots, and then he saved this magnificent long shot the other week. So I don't know.
Yeah, but now he can't save like a chip, so he trades it. He
Yeah,
trades
but
Oh,
it.
got
now
chip
he can't
cut
save a chip. Now it's he can't save a chip. You guys just
Oh,
mixing it up
probably,
every
Yeah,
week.
it's too small, man.
Every week, guys, you're mixing it up. Size doesn't matter. It's what you. It's
It
what
does,
you
it
do
does.
that
But
counts.
if
How you use it.
I had to watch a season of absolute calamity goals against a goalie that would cost us nearly 70 million on a 7-year contract. Made me feel sick.
Well, whose fault was that? That was Marina's fault. That was
No,
that was,
it wasn't. It was Kepa's
So-
fault.
No,
Because
it
he
wasn't.
came in and was performing like a prick. Yeah, that's what
Jamie,
he
if
was
I
doing.
got offered 120 million, I'm going to decline it because I'm not worth it. Of course, I'm going to accept it. The guy's not worth it. We know that, but that's
And
Marina's
the
fault for
club
giving it.
is going to take that all day, man.
Of course.
Atletico.
I
Hassan,
think-
you're the last guy that's coming in. People keep trying to come in, yeah, but stop coming in, guys, because I can't get any more in. We need to get through this, yeah. So
I
let's
think
stop
he's
it.
gonna go Mendy.
He's
I
injured.
don't think- I
Thankfully.
don't
He's
think
injured.
he wants to
Alhamdulillah, he's
shake it up
injured.
too much right now.
Bro, Mendy's in prison, bro. What are you talking about? Nah, I'm
Oh,
joking. I'm joking.
relax, bro. Don't
Hey,
be
Not
Jay,
me.
Mendy is potentially injured for this game. Why do people keep
Oh, okay.
come on, people?
So I thought he was fit again.
No, he's injured. Thankfully.
It's supposedly going to be injured. So let's go with the back three then. So what are we going with? Back three.
Thiago.
Fofana.
Thiago.
We're fine on the right and Thiago in the
Oh.
middle.
Cucurella will definitely start. That's the one thing we do know. If he leaves Cucurella out, it's a bit of a betrayal. That's his
Yeah,
guy.
he starts.
Boy.
And that's a positive we get to see with Graham Potter. Graham Potter will use more Thiago in the left centre back. Cucurella on the left centre back, which means Cucurella, Chilwell can play left wing
Chilwell.
back.
Yep.
And that means we don't need to see any more of Aspie.
His name's Dave. We call him Dave, mate.
The fact that we're not playing on Sunday now, it's been postponed against Liverpool. Do you think now we just play a full strength squad? This is now that we basically can play what we like, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we can easily play full strength squad, and this is the time for him to test out his full strength 11 and do experiment. Because let's be honest, we're not gonna play till 3-4 weeks anyway.
Let me ask you guys real quickly as well, right? Koulibaly, right? I've been seeing a lot of rival fans talking down on this guy, saying that he's quite shit, like from what they've seen for the last couple of games. I disagree. I think he actually was very good against Spurs, and I think for his first game he was decent as well. All right, he got sent off against Leeds, and then the game after that, I can't remember who it wasn't great. But you know, are you worried about Koulibaly as a player from what you've seen so far, or do you think it'll be fine?
I think he'll be alright. I think he's a player who's got that experience, and that's why we signed him. You know, I think rivals like to obviously hate on our defenders. I think it's been perfect. I think he's fielding fine. Remember, if this guy wasn't 31, we'll be using the excuse to give him time, and then end up giving him 4 seasons to adjust. He came in 2-3 games. He's adjusted perfectly. Obviously, he's gonna have some bounces here and there. Now he's got a new manager coming in. He might have some more bounces, but he's been doing fantastic. I wouldn't slam him whatsoever. Obviously, rival fans there.
I think I would have Cucurella there though. I think because Salzburg will play like a low block, and then you have Cucurella there, can push forward a bit.
Okay, so who agrees on Cucurella for what Chelsea database says? So we're going to switch Cucurella.
But I don't see. I see Koulibaly playing there.
I think we should give Koulibaly a chance simply because we haven't had our midfield properly. And let's be honest, without a proper midfield, our defenders are just going to get peppered with chances after chances.
We got two for Cucurella, and we've got 1, 2, 3 for Koulibaly. So Jay hasn't said anything yet. So Jay, what are you saying? Because this is on you now.
I say Cucurella as the left centre back for me.
Fucking hell, that's 3-3 now. That's on me now.
It's on you.
I think he's going to play Koulibaly. That's my opinion. I think he's going to play Koulibaly.
If he was to play Cucurella, then I wouldn't see Fofana on that pitch because I think Koulibaly, Silva, if they're fit, they start. that's how it would work for me.
Yeah, but Cuckoo can still play on the left. Again,
If it was a four, then I think you don't choose between Koulibaly or Fofana. Silva will play. It will just be between them two. Like if it's a four, but we can do a four after. But let's move on then. Let's go. Obviously, I'm not even going to ask you because he's going to be in there, isn't he? Yeah, Reece James is right wing back. Yeah.
Yeah, stock standard.
Reece James with his new contract. Let's go. All right. So Cucurella on as the wing back or Chilwell?
Yeah,
Cuckoo.
Cucurella.
Maybe obviously we'll see Chilwell come on, maybe 60th minute.
Who's your two in the middle? This is the interesting one. Who plays? Does Zakaria get his game? Do you think he sticks with Jorginho, Kovacic? Like, what's he going to do with the midfield, do you think?
Well, Jorginho's at the press conference right now, so I'm assuming he's going to start.
If 5 starts.
I mean, yeah, he's a senior.
I don't think he plays Zakaria unless the only way I see Zakaria playing if Jorginho doesn't play. But I think it's gonna be Jorginho Kovacic.
Yeah.
Did he play with 2 in midfield in his last
Tony
Brighton game? Or did he play with 3 in midfield in his last Brighton game?
He plays 3.
Does he play
Who,
3?
Potter? Potter plays 3.
He played like
switches it up.
3-5-2. Yeah,
So
He's
he
playing more, playing well,
3-5-2 then. So are we looking like that? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, more like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, obviously.
3-1-4.
No, this looks.
And that gives me, this gives me all the more reason to feel like Zakaria will be played, because I don't want him to get Donny treatment, man. Like, there's no reason for us to not try him.
Zakaria will play when Jorginho's not fit. That's how it works. I would love for Zakaria to play this game. I'll put him in.
I'm hoping he just comes on as Jorginho starts. We've got 5 subs.
Yeah, I think that shouldn't be the case that if Jorginho's not fit. But I think if he's better than Jorginho, he should play. That's the way I see it.
Of course, I'm saying right now. I'm saying like right now. In 4 weeks, it could change. I'm saying right now, if Jorginho's fit, he will start. In 4 weeks, it could change, and that's what we want.
Let me ask you,
Jorginho has to start. I believe that Zakaria will be on 60th minute. We got 5 subs anyway, so I feel like Zakaria and Chilwell will probably be coming on around that time.
All right, so let me ask you this then: everyone for Jorginho over Zakaria?
Realistically, yes.
Realistically, yes, without any bias or agendas.
Okay, so Jorginho, I actually think Zakaria is going to play. I've just got this weird feeling. I don't know why, but
I had it before as well, Jim, and then I saw that he's on the press conference, so that's why I changed it up.
Then fair enough. He's on the press conference. He probably starts. Does that mean Kovacic next to him or someone else?
Yeah.
Come on. We need that cover.
All right. So
It's very Tuchel-ish.
Isn't it? Why did we get rid of Tuchel? What's going on here?
Oh, you tell me, Jim.
You tell me.
Oh man.
Why did we get rid of Tuchel? Yeah, you tell
We're
me.
back here
Anyway,
again.
Let's not go down that route again. We've got to move forward, guys, unfortunately. What about the player in front? Who do you think is going to be? Is it Havertz? Is it Mount? Is it someone else?
Should I be honest with you? When it comes to these type of managers, as much as we hear Mount's a wet dream for managers because of how versatile he is. He's like one of them players like Liverpool have like the Henderson or the Milner. Well, Milner when he was young. Mount's like one of them. Mount's like one of them ones where he's just one of them tactics types. He's like a attacking manager's wet dream. So I believe he's going to start. As much as we all hate him, I think this is going to be identical to Tuchel's lineup.
I want Havertz there.
I think Havertz.
I think Havertz.
Let's go through it one on one. Let's go through it because I want to hear everyone's opinions in it. All right, Matt, what are you saying?
I think Havertz. I think Mount, he played as an 8 the last 2 games. I mean, the guy's rubbish. Hopefully Potter can turn him around. But from recent performances, guy's been an actual footballer for the last 2 games. So I would definitely start calling that cam position.
Okay, AJ?
I like to see Havertz there, but I'd also like to see Pulisic there because that is his position. You know? But it's a tough one, but I'll go Havertz.
Havertz. CFCOG, what are you saying?
Well, I agree with Matt's point. However, I reckon he's going to play his young son, his English son. He's going to play him, give him a run of game. Yeah. Mount.
Fair enough. All right, so Mount, we've got 1 for Mount, 2 for Havertz, and then we've got Chelsea database.
I'm going for Havertz. I'm going for like the trio of like Havertz, Aubameyang, Sterling because I thought that trio was good last game, like before we conceded a goal. So I'll stick with that trio.
Okay, Jay?
Personally, I understand the whole Mount being versatile thing, but I don't think that's necessarily what's important. If we're going off of this formation alone, we're looking at somebody who can efficiently play that cam position. Havertz, for me, provides more of a dribbling ability, more of a forward thinking thing. I feel like when he plays in this formation with this sort of forward thinking, forward, fast paced, like possession based play, for me, it reminds me a lot of his Leverkusen days, and I feel like Graham Potter will see that and be like, hold up, he played in a similar intensity in the Bundesliga. I'm going to use him. This is perfect for him. He can flourish in this position. So I most likely see Havertz there over Mount, 100%.
It's an interesting one because if it's a 3-5-2, you've got two options with Havertz. You could play him with Aubameyang as a 2 up front, and maybe do what they said here and play Mount behind, or Pulisic, or whoever, even Sterling to a degree, right? Dropping deeper, or you play him in that hole and you play Aubameyang and you play. It's going to probably be Sterling. Aubameyang and Sterling like your 2 up front with their pace causing problems behind and stuff. Right? I think the good thing is that there's options, and I do want to see Kai Havertz not being the focal. I actually want to see him playing off like we did the other game round, because I thought he was very impressive against, even though we lost to Zagreb. I actually thought he was our best player on the pitch, to be honest, in that game. You know, he just looked a lot more like himself, and there's a talent there. I'm telling you, Kai Havertz. It's just with him, it's the consistency. It's like the others. It's just about getting the best out of him consistently.
Jim,
you know, and I do think we can play there.
Jim, can I ask you a question? All right.
Go on.
With Kai Havertz, right, in this cam specific role, if you were to put up Kai Havertz against Mount, let's say you have a predicament where you pass to the cam, he probably has his back to a defender. Who do you trust more to turn a opposing defender or midfielder to find a pass in behind in a transition? Kai Havertz or Mason Mount?
I mean, they both have been bad as each other, haven't they?
See, I think Kai Havertz is probably going to be better equipped for it.
For the ability, who's naturally known to do things like that in comparison to the other?
I don't think Mason Mount. I'll tell you the thing with Mason Mount. The thing for me with Mason Mount is that I think he's able to do a lot of things, but not to the top of levels of doing it. I just think he's a man that's able to do a couple of things to a certain degree. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't see him being a player. I don't look at Mason Mount. What is he overall ability? Like, you know, like Aubameyang's a finisher or Sterling's a great direct.
Yeah, I think that's just
look at Mount, and he's just like got a bit of everything about him that he can do. But
I think that's I think it's down to Graham Potter's, like what Graham Potter wants. Whether it's like it's like the master of none versus a master, like a master of one versus a master of none debate type thing.
I think Havertz has better movement than Mount in terms of running off the ball into positions behind. I don't think Mount specifically likes to run in behind. I think Mount is someone that wants to be a little bit more deeper, getting involved with the link-up play, and doing his work off the ball, and if when he gets his chances in front of goal, maybe taking a shot here and there and doing his bit. I think he's an overall player. Is when I look at Mount. I'm not saying he's bad. I don't want people in the chat going, "Oh my God, they're slandering Mount." No, it's just we're analysing.
Mount is more effective when he's further from the goal. He's more effective when he's a little bit, 10, 15 yards off of those attackers, where he could play the ball forward, where he could see the field more, because he has a decent range of passing. He can switch the ball. I always go to his UCL assist to Kai. He's just better in that area of the field. Now, he hasn't played there in a while, so he hasn't elevated. He hasn't taken that next step, but he needs to be played in that position consistently so he can, gain a position and just grow in that position. Kai is better in the final third. He's always looking for that last pass. When Timo was there, he was the only one giving Timo those through balls early, because he knows, he just knows, he understands space. So I think he's better in that final third compared to Mount.
But Mount's a player where in that position as a cam, you got to be alert, and you'll see Mount just kind of running like a headless chicken, or as I like to call Ghost, right? So I don't think Mount's is a difficult player, because people say he's an 8, but he's played as an 8 the last 3 games, and it's the worst performance he's had in years. Right? I just don't think he's a generational talent. I don't think he's an X-Hazard. I think he's a bang average footballer, and we have to treat him like a bang average footballer, because the more we treat him like a generational talent,
this is where I think you're getting a bit harsh.
In our team, how is he an exceeding level to players in our team? For me, I said in our team. I'm talking about in our team. He to me is a bang average player in our team. He's nothing. For me, he's nothing special.
Matt, would you say the last 2 seasons before that he was bang average? in his performance.
I'll say the only last season, I don't think he deserved that Player of the Season award.
Forget that.
Definitely does not deserve
I'm
it.
talking about
And
him.
no, because that defines his performances. And I think under Frank, he was quite good compared to 10 other horrendous players, and that's the only season he did well. So, yeah.
No, I see. I think I'll be honest with you. I think Mason Mount's.
Wait, so you're calling Kepa horrendous?
I think Mason Mount
again under Lampard.
I think Mason Mount has had 2 very good seasons at Chelsea, and what he's done since coming into Chelsea is set what I feel is his standards quite high because he has stepped up. He has been the player that we've looked to in the last two seasons quite a lot, to be honest. And as much as we sit there and go he's bang average, he wasn't bang average in them 2 seasons. He was very important in them 2 seasons.
I give him his flowers for playing in a forward position, but how can you see and say he's exceeding these levels when he plays in his natural position and he's worse at?
You're comparing him to Lampard in the back of your head, and obviously compared to Lampard.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just here to say that he is not a generational talent. He's not this perfect footballer. He's a footballer that needs a lot of work. And if we keep
one's saying he's generational.
Yes, it is. No, there's a lot of people saying he's generational.
No.
All I'm here to say is that for me, Mount needs to be humbled like every other footballer. We kind of sugarcoat it. We don't humble him. He needs to be dropped for this type of games. And for me, he does not deserve to be in this team.
Well,
so he needs to be benched.
Don't be surprised.
I agree with that.
I wouldn't.
Guys, I know you're messaging me saying check your DMs and people trying to get in. I've just said that this is I did invite you in, but this isn't closed off at the moment, just purely because we got to get through this team, yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll get you in for a little bit after, yeah. But we're not going to be here too long today. Just to give you a heads up. The front 2. What we're going with then? Are we going with Aubameyang? Do you think that was the wrong move from Tuchel to start him so early last time round? Do we not start him? Like, what do we do it?
I think Sterling definitely starts though. That's
Sterling definitely starts. Yeah,
Broja, bro, he just turned 21. He's a man.
If Alba is fresh, give him in there. If Alba's half,
happy birthday, Broja.
I think it's going to be Aubameyang, Sterling.
He has to play.
I literally think that's our strongest 11, isn't it? Aubameyang, Sterling.
Yeah. So is Broja never going to start a game ever? Like.
Oh come on, man! We have like 60 games. We have 60 games a season, and we're gonna have 5 subs. The fixtures are every 3 days. We don't have a chance.
He just signed a 5-year contract, right? He has a lot of games to wait.
A lot of time.
Okay. Do you know what though? I don't necessarily think that Broja's opportunities are gone now, because I actually think Kai Havertz may be removed from being that number. Like we had him as a number 9 or an option as a number 9. I think we'll see a position switch on Havertz where he's not going to be played. Hopefully not played like that, which means that we only have Aubameyang and Broja, which tells me that Broja will still get games. That makes sense. So that could happen as well.
Yeah.
But look at that. Does that look? That looks all right, doesn't it? To be fair, other than Jorginho. But other than that, we're all right.
I think this is our strongest lineup. This is our strongest lineup we can have. 100%.
Who's below 80? Who's below 80? No. Oh, Kepa. That's deep.
Of course, he's below.
FIFA ratings defining how the player plays.
Yeah, he's shit. That's why. What I would do if it was me, I would take.
I'm not
gonna take it. There we go, Joe. Now you're talking.
I'd give that a go.
Yeah, now we're talking.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what?
Now we look like a strong team.
Zakaria can play next to Jorginho, though. Could I allow him to do more forward passing?
No.
I despise that man. But at least if there's somebody behind him, he can do something.
Imagine Kante in that. Imagine Kante in that.
Oh, Kante and Zakaria. People are overlooking that dude right there.
What happens when we have
Kante? What's even happening to Kante, man? The guy's
Kante and Zakaria will go crazy.
Yeah. No, but you only play Conte and Zakaria when you're playing Man City or Liverpool. You just need Eddie in the middle. You know what I mean?
You say that for the big games.
Yeah, the bigger games is what I would say.
If you play Kante in here, you can play one of the wing backs as like a winger, like Cucurella. You could switch him for like Pulisic or somebody, you know, like you just have more balance.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
No, definitely good lineup for sure. I think
so
Zakaria.
What happens if he don't play this system and he plays?
Then 4-3-3,
4-4-3,
4-2-2-2 or something crazy
like
that.
Yeah.
4-4-4.
Is it a 4-3-3?
4-4-3.
I think it's 4-3. 3. I'm pretty sure he played.
Wait, he played a 4-1-4-1 against.
What did he play for Brighton? 4-1-4-1.
4-2-3-1.
Yeah, he played 4-1 against Leicester.
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. Did you say?
Do you not? Do you play 4-2-3-1? Wait, let me check.
4-2-3-1.
Something like
4-2.
that.
Nah.
No, I don't like that. I don't like
There's
that.
another one though. Yeah, that one.
We don't have the players for it.
We don't, unless you do. That don't even look like a 4-2-3-1. What's that?
There's no
That is
wing
weak.
backs there. It's just all mid. It's all midfield.
That's a new
Oh no, he played a 3-5-2 against Leicester, so that's just his formation.
4-3-3.
It's that FIFA 23.
Yeah, probably. And then
You
you
got
can
the new
what?
FIFA game though. It's all right.
4-3-3. You can play 4-3-3 and have
Chukwuemeka?
what? You could have that.
Well,
You could have
well,
Jorginho.
you know.
DM.
No, actually,
Well,
fucking Jorginho.
Zakari is a
Zakaria
DM. Yeah.
Yeah, Zakaria as a DM, and maybe. Yeah, then maybe
Put
Kane
Mount
off him.
in. Money!
Later, man.
Yay!
That's where
I'll
he
call
gets
for Chukwuemeka.
But
I'll rather
RLC
for Chukwuemeka. Nah,
Chukwuemeka,
That would.
Chukwuemeka. If we're giving people shot like Zakaria, I'll put in Chukwuemeka as well.
I don't know. 4-3-3
wouldn't
could
mind
be
that as well.
interesting.
Or Jorginho, but you know, Jorginho and Zakaria. I'm not sure if they could play together. I'm not sure.
4-3-2.
That's something-
Jorginho's not
that's
an
something-
Oh yeah,
Kante needs to,
yeah, definitely not.
Kante needs to adapt his game as he's getting older and learn to play that sitting role, man. He needs to.
5-1-1.
That's
Are we
what-
giving Kante an extension? Are we doing that?
No, I don't know yet. We're waiting.
I'm
waiting.
not on that 4-year thing, man.
I don't mind, man. If anyone deserves it, like Aspi didn't even deserve it. More Kante if anyone deserves to sit around.
Oh, Jen.
If Aspi got one, Kante definitely gotta go.
Innit? But no, Aspi got paid more though, and we're trying to say Kante
Yeah,
take a pay
waging
cut.
for it. I don't know how.
Well, it is what it is. We'll see.
Showtime, you can check your DMs. Mabas keeps saying my name again. What's that, Mabas?
Are you good?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
You good? You're using a centre back Kukurea left back. Can you change it, please?
Sorry?
You were using a centre back Kukurea at left back. Can you change it, please?
To who?
This guy, yeah.
Cucurella. He's using
Oh,
a centre back
not playing
Kukurea, man. Put him at left. He's a left back Cucurella.
Yeah, that's where he is right now.
Oh no, you're saying that card, that particular card.
Oh no, we don't need to change the FIFA card, man.
Oh, right.
No.
Talking about the card. Oh, right. Fair enough. I forgot
This guy, man, they're not playing
It was
FIFA. man.
jokes.
This guy, he just came off the Xbox.
I don't know why it says that, mate. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I don't think I've got another one that I can change.
Do you know
Let's
what
have a
though?
look.
Do you know what though? Don't you see? Like, and I know people might scream at this idea, but Kai Havertz is an 8. He did that in Leverkusen, and he has that late run
this
thing.
point.
I
in
think
him.
more.
He can do the late
I
run.
think he's more of a 10 for me personally.
Yeah.
He can do late runs. There's a lot of like, well, of course, clips does not show the whole bit, like the whole
Yeah, but
profile of how good he is in that position.
To play as the 8 in this system, you'd want him to have more defensive responsibilities. I don't want him to. I want him to.
I don't think he has the stamina for it either.
Kai Havertz is a lot more advanced player, man. If we play him as an 8, he's not going to be his best.
Havertz was terrible as an 8 the last time he played there under Lampard.
3-4-1.
That's Lampard tactics.
Yeah.
3-4-1.
Anything he does doesn't make sense.
I want to see 3-1-4-2. Let's see what we do with that lineup.
I mean, this is Google, but
3-1.
I'm looking on Google,
Yeah, we got it.
but he used a 3-3-3-1
Oh, yeah,
against
I'm
Man
on it
United.
now. There you go. 3-1-4-2.
Yeah, let's see what we doing with this one, guys.
Yeah, just that.
Havertz is
Oh.
centre back. We'll put Mount in the middle.
Yeah, he plays out position.
Other 6 up front.
Oh my days! If I ever saw
What the-
this, I'd actually
Look at your
cry.
back. Havertz, Mount, and the back line.
Nah. That would make no sense.
Reece James striker.
That
That's
would
a
make
shot.
no sense.
That's a 12-0 loss. That's a 12-0
Hey,
loss.
Jen, have you been watching too much of Dubois ball?
Yeah.
Yo,
All right,
Jim, you're giving me
Yes,
Lampard vibes now.
All right. Well, James as a right centre back or right back? Like
Right wing back.
Right wing back,
Other
man.
six
We
in
need to
there.
do away with this right centre back
Cucurella
nonsense.
there. Havertz Where's Havertz playing, guys?
No, look at Thiago.
I'm on the bench.
That's why I wanted to see what we do.
Yeah, you have to bench him. You have to bench him now.
Because
There's
put
no
Mount in
Cam
midfield. Mount in midfield.
Man.
Chilwell there. Chill on the left mid. Chill on the left.
Chilwell, yeah.
Chilwell, yeah.
And put Conte where Havertz is.
Who is racing? Who is racing?
Kante's not. No.
Nah,
Well, blowing
Candy's
your
injured.
nose.
Candy's injured. He can't play.
Who's blowing their nose?
Fuck is that?
Nah,
Don't
some
change
Coaches
that.
Zakari and Mount in
Carl
midfield.
in the background.
So wait a sec. Sterling and Bamit. It's exactly the same, really. Kovacic, Zakaria have, but Havertz.
Sits more
Havertz needs to be more
back.
here, didn't he? He's too deep.
But again, he'll move up there anyway. Doesn't really change.
Loftus Cheek.
See, the interesting thing with all of this
Nah,
is
man. Nah, we need to stop calling on that guy, man. We need to stop calling on him now. It's too late for that now.
when we read the thread about Graham
Who
Potter's
said
plans,
Loftus Cheek?
when we have the ball, we're in the opposition pitch. Apparently, he likes to revert Graham Potter to having 4 or 5 players from the midfield forward and only having one sitting, like a deeper person that kind of covers behind.
Yeah, I don't think Jorginho can survive on his own like that, you know?
Yeah,
I've thrown it out there
which
like
is
that.
why Zakaria is important.
Yeah, I don't think he can survive on his ones like that. No, I don't know.
I think Zakaria would have to play that role, like on here, and then you have Havertz, Kovacic, Chilwell, and James up the pitch with Sterling. That could be deadly. That actually with all them up there.
That's bodies forward. Yay!
That is bodies forward. And if you look at all of the like the way Brighton always attack the box, every time they have the ball and they're direct and they're going forward, they always get as many players as they can.
Yeah.
Box 3s, 4s.
Yeah,
he's going to.
And they play central too. They play central where we played wide. We played so wide all the time. You know, they have a lot of central penetration.
I probably watched the Man United game and the Leicester game back like 3 times now each. And each time, like both of those games, is such a comprehensive beatdown. Like the way how he gets those players forward is scary. Like Graham Potter really knows what he's doing, and because the way he tactically does it, I feel like the DM feels confident. He understands that let's just say we give him the ball, which I feel like the DM thinks, yeah, they ain't giving away the ball anyways. I trust the guys in front of me. Even if they do, I am safe. I am safe. And like I feel like maybe, who knows? Maybe with the tactical know-how that Graham Potter has shown with this three back, maybe Jorginho can do. Who knows? Maybe he's gonna find a way where it makes sense. But for me, I feel like with the profile and the speed that might be needed on transition, Zakaria is probably a better fit.
This is Jorginho's 4th manager in Chelsea. I don't think
in 4 years.
Yeah,
and
It should just be used as rotation now. I keep saying.
Well, yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He's
I'm not only
Four managers in 4 years, guys.
I feel like in big games,
There's nothing wrong with that. Having manager in 4 years.
Yeah, but
Nothing
my
wrong with being
thing
manager
is,
in 4 years.
that's not that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm saying that we're trying to test things, and it hasn't worked over 3 managers. Why are we testing it on the 4th one?
Yeah,
What are we
I
testing?
don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe he has something different. Who knows, man? I'm just trying to be
Same
optimistic.
person. It's not a fault against him. That's what he is.
What is Showtime's there as well? What are you saying, Showtime?
Good morning. That's what I'm saying. First and foremost, hope it was well with you guys. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. I'll drop Koulibaly and play Chalobah. To be honest, if anything, I'll move.
Oh, no one even thought about that. Leave the Chalobah.
Why would we think
Say that
about
again.
that?
What did you say? Say that again.
We don't. No one here wanted.
What did he say? I didn't hear him. Say it again.
I said I'll drop Koulibaly and play Chalobah on the right, or if anything, and
What about Fofana?
I mean, yeah, you can play Fofana on the left, but you have Chilwell there on. So you have Cuckoo playing a defensive. You playing Cuckoo in the back 3, but I'll drop Chilwell. Cucurella up there, and then I'll put Fofana either on the left. Or I'll put Chalobah on the left. I mean, this small manager, this is a small boy. He's a small boy. He has no European experience, so he's going to try to play his young team. So, I mean, whatever is going to get us to goals, I guess.
Oh, are you doing that because of the height thing, innit? It's like the height argument. Like we need more height in the back line, right?
No,
To be honest,
Cucurella in there.
I'm doing that because Koulibaly hasn't been playing well lately, so I'd rather give Chalobah.
And you think Chalobah's going
run.
to come in and do a better job than Koulibaly's 6 out of 10?
I think he did. I think he did well when Koulibaly got the red card and he had to sit out for a match.
To be honest, now I just realised who's in goal. I might actually just put 5 at the back and just put all of our defenders.
Yeah, look who's the goalkeeper there. Small boy Kepa.
Just get rid of him. Put
Yeah,
Fofana in.
I feel like you need to put people. Yeah, you need to put people that Kepa feels like he doesn't have to do the most for.
Yeah,
type thing. Like, don't make them overly stressed.
Listen, just play 5 at the back. You know, protect the goal because we've got Kepa anyway. So 5 at the back to protect Kepa. And then, just whatever in front.
Mate, he doesn't need protection, mate. He doesn't need protection. Play basically.
When it's shooting outside the 18, he's not going to even be able to get a touch on it.
2-1-2. That's interesting. Yeah.
2-1-2. That's it. We've got no width.
Look where you have Chilwell.
Huh?
Look at Chilwell. Why you have Chilwell up there?
We haven't got Chilwell.
Striker.
Oh, we have got Chilwell.
Yeah, put him there. Honestly, put him there.
I'd rather put Chilwell up front than Lakaka.
Gallagher. Put Gallagher where Chilwell is.
Oh, Gallagher
No.
You know what? No. You know what? To be fair, we haven't used him as a cam yet.
Yo,
we haven't used him.
We have up front. I'd rather prefer him over
Gallagher, you guys are bringing up everyone. Zachariah.
No, but Gallagher. We're
gonna play Inflation Mount. We're gonna play Inflation Mount when he hasn't been performing.
Watch how much will be pissed.
We have to start everyone again. We have to use Gallagher again. We have to start using everyone because the manager could use him differently. I would start Gallagher in that position. I think it's a good position we should start him in, but maybe this game.
And you chose to play Aubameyang over Broja when Broja comes in and gives more of an effort than
again. This is his first game. He's not going to go. He's not going to go with stuff he doesn't know. He's going to go with experience. He knows Aubameyang is. He doesn't know Broja much. Doesn't know Gallagher that much. He's going to go with what Tuchel.
Aubameyang has no Champions League experience for the past how many years?
The guy's
6 years. Okay. But in that same game where we lost 2-0, those 2 open shots that Kai Havertz has, Aubameyang is slowing. And that's fact. That's experience, and that's fact. But
he didn't shoot his chances.
He didn't score when he had the opportunity to. Are you talking about those chances that he had his own opportunities that he didn't make?
And Tuchel might still be here because he would have probably scored one of them.
Exactly. And then you talking about playing Pizza Boy, Jorginho. Jorginho's on the bench. He belongs where he belongs.
Jorginho won him the Champions League.
No, he did not. Conte won you the Champions League.
That year. I think that was the last.
He won the trophy.
That was the last of what was left in Jorginho's gas tank. That's when he was still like a bit.
Conte won you the Champions League, boy.
They both did.
And your favorite player was sitting on the bench, man.
Who got the
Kepa
trophy?
was warming up the seats for those that came off.
Man, you saw Marina's your profile pic. She's gone, man. She's gone. You saw Marina's your pic. She's gone.
So what? Marina won a Champions League, a FA Cup. She won everything, Marina. So
was she on the pitch?
So what? She's the one that brought the staff to you, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, again, if Marina was still here, we'll still have one.
Show some respect to your mama, bro. She's your mommy.
I'll be real. We can talk again on Jem's channel in Aubameyang's 4th appearance when he's outscored Kai Havertz so far this year.
Yeah, we got to wait.
When he has, we'll talk about who deserves to start striker and who doesn't.
Man, what did Lukaku do last season when he first came in? He
I'm
scored.
Not talking about Lukaku. I'm talking about Kai Havertz.
Aubameyang came in and didn't do nothing. Zish, zero, nothing.
You see what he's doing in Milan?
And Lukaku and Aubameyang are not the same type of striker, so that's where you make your first.
No. What are you talking about, Milan? I'm talking about what he did for us.
Have you seen what he's doing in Milan right now?
I don't care. I don't watch him. He's not wearing the badge. I'm not watching him.
And Aubameyang, Kai Havertz, and Lukaku's profile are 3 different profiles. So that's not what we're comparing here. I'm comparing Lukaku, Aubameyang, and Kai Havertz. My simple point is, in that Tottenham game, when Reece James was putting shit on a plate for him, he did not finish. Aubameyang is finishing that. Not maybe, not 90%. He is finishing that. So that's the only point I'm trying to make. And if you can disprove that with logic and not opinion, maybe.
I mean, but Tottenham is a way stronger team than that Croatian team, right? So how come all that was served to Aubameyang wasn't put in the back of the net?
Context is
so
important there.
simple,
Context is important there, mate. Context is important there. Very important there. In a team that was really lost, A dressing room, a dismantled dressing room. You cannot compare that to a team that came in for the fight, ready for the game. Every player was on their tip-top best form, playing against a Tottenham or higher level, and everybody's performing well around Kai Havertz, and he still couldn't finish. I'm telling you right now, in the team of that morale, of that up and fiery, ready for that game, everyone was in top form. Even Matt was playing decent, above decent.
Listen, under Potter, Havertz is gonna finish his chances. So is Aubameyang. They're gonna finish it. Let's move forward.
I think we should all wait and see in the next couple of games.
Yeah, man.
Because right now we're just doing hypotheticals.
Let's just wait and see what happens under this new manager in it at the end of the day. I want to do score predictions for you guys. Matt, what are you saying? Last time we predicted the Zagreb, how wrong was we? Blimey now, 3-1s, 4-0s.
I'm gonna say 1-0 here. Abigail, clean sheet like usual, stock standard. Let's get it. Hopefully, good win.
Definitely not going to be a clean sheet with Kepa in goal. But anyway,
we'll come back here
to protect him.
We'll come back here when he has a clean sheet and he makes a world-class save.
The only way he has a clean sheet is if they don't have any shots on goal, and that's because of our defense. This is the same. 1 second, Mabas. 1 second. We'll come to you in a second. AJ, what are you saying?
I don't know how good defensively that Salzburg team is, so I'm just gonna say 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, Kepa's conceding. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think we'll give up a goal. Okay. I just want to see Aubameyang and Sterling score. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. Jay, what are you saying?
For me, you know what? And my Kepa and Jorginho, I both say they're both crap, but I'm giving Kepa my support. I'm saying it's going to be a 3-0 win. I'll say Kepa will have a boost and he'll be very happy and he'll try and pull up out the bag.
Did you watch Salzburg against AC Milan? They are better than Zagreb. They are better than Zagreb. That's
we're better than Zagreb as well. It's just a weird bad day.
Again, I use the same thing for Kai Havertz's argument against Zagreb. It's a different context. Context is different. Kepa has no reason to not be in his happiest mood, playing his heart out when he gets his opportunities. Completely different. I'm putting the benefit of doubt here. I'm trying.
I hope he does. I hope he does prove us wrong. Chelsea database.
I think it's 1-0 Jorginho pen.
Oh, blimey.
Oh, please don't say that.
Okay. That means it's a shit game if it's a Jorginho pen 1-0.
Everyone's giving a clean sheet. Everyone's giving a clean sheet.
What are you saying, OG?
Oh, they're going to score 1, but it's going to be 3-1, so still a win.
Nah, they ain't going to score.
I hope, bro.
They're gonna have 3 long shots and we're gonna see and then penalties and he's gonna save a penalty.
No, you're not gonna see that. All you're gonna see is it hit the post, he's gonna hit the post and hit him in the face and go in like it always does.
Well,
that's what's gonna happen.
We'll come back.
Anyway, Marina, what are you saying?
Marina. I'm going 2-2 draw. I guess we got small boy Kepa and goal. So 2 shots from outside the 18 is going flying in top bins. Small boy Kepa can save the season. And I'm gonna say Broja comes in off the bench and puts in a brace.
Wow.
And I'm gonna say that small manager that we just got, he's gonna be in for a rude awakening when the fans start booing him.
Oh, come on, Showtime.
What time is it?
He's a Marina fan.
The Chelsea fan base, man. It's so good.
Yeah, he's guys. He's not proven. We just downgraded from a European pedigree type of manager to a small boy British man. You guys are happy because he's British.
Xenophobia is not allowed here. Get it out.
How do you become?
I don't disagree, but we just have to see what happens. I don't disagree. We can't see what happens.
He's not proven. He's a small boy. The only reason why you guys are happy is because he's British.
Nope.
Anyway,
he's trolling.
Okay, let's not compare. Let's not compare him to Tuchel's a better manager. Let's not.
Don't start this talk.
Realistically, that's facts.
No. Let's not start slagging Tuchel over pot.
I'm not slagging him off. I'm
not slagging Tuchel, man. Respect Tuchel. Respect him.
Respect
that manager.
Yeah. You see that statement he put out, man?
His name, bro.
Let's go to Lukaku is exposed without Lautaro.
Lukaku, not Lukaku.
Sorry, Lukaku. What are you saying?
I would say a 2-1 win with Aubameyang scoring the goal, Sterling as well.
Okay, 2-1. There you go.
If Kepa wants a clean sheet, right, he needs 10 defenders at the back.
Hey, listen, guys. I got to back Kepa. Yeah, I'm going to say 2-0. I think it's going to be one of them frustrating, hard to break down type of teams. And I believe we're going to have this little manager bounce where the defense is going to turn up and stuff like
fair
that.
Enough.
And I think it's going to be 2-0. I think it's going to be a frustrating one, but we'll get the win because they are a decent team.
Yeah, they are a decent team, and that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. I'm going to go with a 4-2. Right, and I think we're going to have. I think we're going to have a manager bounce, right? And I think we're going to score goals, and it's going to look all good. But I still think we're going to concede a goal or two. I've just got, and the reason I say that is because they are not bad. This team, I'm telling you now, and we are not in any real great form at the moment. We might get a manager bounce, we might see better overall performance, but I'm just not sure. Especially if Jorginho is in that midfield, I'm telling you now, with their pace in midfield as well, and the tricky wingers, we can have problems with Salzburg.
I'm happy to score 4 goals, bro. I'll take that.
4-2.
I will
4-2.
take that.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be 1-0. But I'm going to go.
If he keeps the same attack and Havertz, Mount, and Sterling, you know how this game is going to go.
4-0 Salzburg.
No.
Yeah,
something like that.
Now,
Marino, what does Potter have to do to make you get on board? Give me
I think we'll win a trophy. I think that's probably his.
No.
Look, at least gets us
3 months.
In 3 months, get us in the semifinals. In 3 months, he can't do much because the World Cup is around. But for the season, get us to the FA Cup semifinal or the final. You get us to the Cabo Cup semifinal or the final. That's domestic cup. That's not even European. That's even European leagues or competition. That's in-house competition. So do that and make us comfortably in the 4th or 3rd. I'm satisfied. But I know he's a small manager, and I know he's going to be in for a rude awakening. So
you know what's funny? You say he's a small manager, but you want him to get to semifinals and finals.
Yo, who's a small manager? Who?
He is a small manager.
It's not my words, just to make it clear. It's Marino's words. He's saying that.
It's not Marino,
bro. He's on big boy wages, man.
Should change your name so we know.
Yeah, I don't.
Can I give
you better perform.
a fun Graham Potter fact?
But guys, can I ask you guys a question? Is your guys, what's it called, objectives when it comes to top 4? Is that still the minimum with Potter?
Yes.
Yeah. You guys know, because a lot of our fan bases have seemed to been inconsistent with the standards. Like it was top 4 with any manager, but since Potter's came in, it's like it doesn't matter if he doesn't get it on it or just back him, regardless.
Yeah.
I feel like
must. Top 4 is a must.
Bare minimum. I feel like bare minimum for him to get some sort of the fan base on his side, he has to at least try get far in a domestic cup and get top 4 solidly.
The most important thing is that he needs to be given time, and I've been saying at the beginning of the show, if you do not give this guy time, and he's going to have moments like Tuchel did where things are going to go pear-shaped and things ain't working, we're not playing well, I don't trust these players still, some of them. I'm telling you now. I partly blame it on some of the players that we have. I don't trust them. From what I've seen in the last Tuchel era and Lampard, we say era, up to this point, these players have shown me one thing, and they're still showing me to this point. They lack consistency big time. So they may have a great game, but they're just not able to stay consistent. And he's going to demand high energy. He's going to demand sort of the same things maybe as what Tuchel wants, but in a different way.
He wants directness as well.
Are they going to be committed enough? Are they going to be are they going to be able to be consistent in their own levels of performances to do that? Because if you don't, we're just going to have the same hindered balance with the same issue because certain individuals in the system are not able to play the level that we need them to play. And that can happen. I'm telling you. That's why I don't trust some of these players. I'm telling you. For
him to come in at this time and for us to say give him time, I don't think you can say time. Because time is of the essence here. Before we lose, we keep time, we draw games, we lose matches. We're going to be in the middle of the table. We're going to be sitting there like that team in North London with Arteta. We can't be like that. We can't have that slip.
I think
that's a different story.
Yeah, I think that's a different story. But personally, I think he needs to earn the respect of this season to be given time to a lot of this fan base. But let's be honest though, Todd it's Todd's guy most likely. Whether he gets top 4 or not, he's still gonna be here. So we're gonna have to back him whether we like it or not. Because he's Todd's guy.
Bring out. Anyway, on that note, that was a good time for me to go because an hour and a half in, I did say it'll be a shorter show today. I have got to shoot. We will be back for a match reaction as always, guys, for this game as well. Hopefully we're right. Hopefully we will win and Kepa keeps a clean sheet and Jorginho scores a penalty and Aubameyang scores a goal and Zakaria comes on and he's unbelievable and everything's amazing and we're playing a different style of football. That could all happen. We'll have to wait and see. But time needs to be given as well. So let's see what happens, guys. Big up to all of you. Every single one of you guys. Yes, Mabash, you always do this when I'm about to finish the show. What, bro?
We've got Super Graham Potter. He knows exactly what we need.
You can't even sing the song, bro. Why would you sing
my
that?
God.
You don't want nothing.
Guys, road to 10k. Subscribe if you're new. Jem, cue the outro before it gets any weirder.
Chelsea fans,
I like you guys.
Chelsea Fan TV, make sure that viewers, make sure you leave a comment in the box below. Let us know your score predictions as well. Still over 500 of you guys here. GNA TV, the same. Leave a comment in below. Smash the likes. Subscribe to both channels. Big up to everyone here and everyone that's watched today. Good show, and we'll be back again very, very soon. Peace out.
Keep it clean.